Welcome to today's Explainer. You know, if you're a breeder, a real enthusiast, or a caretaker of falcons and exotic pets, you already know that keeping these magnificent creatures thriving is a huge privilege, but man, it's a unique challenge. Today, we're unpacking a really critical health secret, one that honestly often goes completely unnoticed until it's just too late. We're going to look at the hard science of exotic animal liver care, and we'll break down the exact formulas top professionals use to keep their animals in absolute peak condition. So get ready, because what we're covering today is absolutely going to change how you approach the daily care of your exotic companions.
Okay, let's dive into this. When you look at a majestic falcon, or maybe a vibrant macaw, or even a robust reptile, they look incredibly strong, right? But here's the catch. Exotic animals are literally evolutionary masters of disguise. Out in the wild, showing even a little weakness makes you an immediate target. So by the time your exotic bird actually looks sick to you, yeah, they've likely been battling a severe internal issue for weeks. And the most common, totally silent battlefield? It's their liver.
Just think about these beautiful animals we so carefully raise. Beneath that majestic exterior, their livers are under immense, just constant stress. I mean, think about what these animals go through on a regular basis. You've got the intense stress of transport across different climates, the heavy metabolic toll of necessary medications, dietary imbalances, and even just general environmental changes. Their livers are constantly working overtime to filter out all these toxins. But because they hide their symptoms so incredibly well, we as owners often miss the very early warning signs of hepatotoxicity, basically severe liver damage.
So to truly protect them, we've got to actively watch for these specific hidden dangers. We're talking about underlying liver disorders and sudden toxicity buildup. Have you ever noticed an unexplained drop in their appetite, or maybe just poor digestion? What about a weird period of lethargy after a round of antibiotics, or severe fatigue after they've been transported? You know, these aren't just minor behavioral quirks. These are blaring sirens. It means their liver is actively struggling to detoxify their system, and honestly, ignoring these signs can lead to irreversible long-term harm.
Well, that brings us directly to the solution. Because you absolutely cannot just give an exotic bird or a delicate reptile a standard domestic pet supplement. You just can't. Their metabolisms are completely different and they require highly specialized care. Enter LIVORIX-EX. This is an advanced hepatoprotective formula. What that means is it's explicitly engineered from the ground up to protect, to detoxify, and to actually regenerate the liver in exotic animals, birds, and reptiles. It is literally the definitive scientific answer to the silent threats we just talked about.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about. When you look at the premium 120 milliliter bottle, you'll see it's designed with a specialized dropper for absolute precision. Right there on the label, it specifically says, for exotic breed and birds. So this isn't some one-size-fits-all farm animal tonic that's just been watered down. No way. This is a highly targeted metabolic tonic designed to support healthy liver function, radically enhance feed intake, and aid recovery, all specifically tailored for the unique physiology of your exotic companions.
Let's actually break down exactly what this incredible formula is doing inside the animal's body. First off, it actively protects those liver cells from incoming toxins and immediately supports cellular regeneration. Second, it acts as a really powerful catalyst for their natural detoxification process, helping to quickly flush out harmful substances. And you know, as that heavy toxic burden finally lifts, you'll start to see the positive secondary benefits. It directly stimulates their appetite and healthy digestion. It dramatically reduces that worrying lethargy we mentioned, and ultimately, it boosts their overall immune function and metabolism.
So, you're probably wondering, how does it actually achieve all of this? Well, the secret weapon here lies in its natural actives. Specifically, a total powerhouse ingredient known as milk thistle, or in the science world, silymarin. In veterinary science, silymarin is essentially a suit of armor for the liver. It's a remarkably powerful natural antioxidant that doesn't just block toxins from entering the liver cells, it actually promotes the rapid regeneration of liver tissue that has already been damaged. It is absolutely fascinating how effective this natural compound is. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it proves we aren't just looking at a basic, generic supplement. You have 100 milligrams of silymarin leading the charge, sure, but it's heavily supported by a precise matrix of metabolic enhancers. You've got choline chloride for fat metabolism, methionine and L-carnitine for cellular energy, plus betaine and a really solid hit of vitamin B-Complex. Every single milligram in this formulation is perfectly calculated to synergize and rapidly restore that liver function.
To really understand why this formula works as fast as it does, you have to look at its dual-action approach. It's kind of like a two-pronged attack. On one side, you have silymarin quietly working behind the scenes, repairing the liver cells and building up those antioxidant defenses, but that takes a little time. On the other side, LIVORIX-EX is packed with yeast extract and B-complex nutrients, and these act immediately. They rapidly boost the animal's vitality, get their energy right up, and stimulate their appetite so they start eating again right away. So it's repairing the long-term foundation while simultaneously fixing those immediate pressing symptoms.
Of course, absolutely none of this matters if you can't seamlessly get the animal to actually take it, right? But whether you're using the larger bottles or that really premium 50 milliliter green glass dropper bottle, administration is incredibly simple and stress-free. You just always shake it well first. For exotic birds like your falcons and macaws, just add 0.5 to 1 milliliter per liter of their drinking water. For reptiles and turtles, you use that exact same tiny dose in their water, or you can literally just drop it directly onto their food. And for small mammals like ferrets or rabbits, it's the exact same easy ratio. It's incredibly potent stuff, so a little really does go a very long way. Now let's shift gears for a second and talk about who is actually making this. This specialized care is backed by some serious, broad veterinary authority. MBS NutriScience is the company behind this, and they are trusted globally for large-scale animal health. What this means for you is that they're taking their massive, scientifically proven veterinary expertise and distilling it all the way down specifically for the fragile, highly sensitive physiology of your exotic companions. You are essentially getting industrial-strength science that's been perfectly calibrated for your most delicate pets.
The absolutely crucial point here is that you are never rolling the dice with what goes into your animal's body. The quality standards backing LIVORIX-EX are completely uncompromising. Their manufacturing facility is GMP certified. That's good manufacturing practice. They also hold a highly prestigious ISO 9001:2015 certification for quality management. They're kosher certified, and they hold strict FSSAI licensing. When you're dealing with sensitive exotics that can so easily be harmed by trace impurities, having these globally recognized certifications guarantees you are providing the absolute safest, premium quality care available anywhere.
This entire approach is just perfectly summed up by the MBS NutriScience motto, which is feeding the future, healing with science. Because ultimately, we aren't just talking about providing basic animal feed or looking for some cheap, quick fix. It's about applying rigorous, uncompromising scientific formulation to ensure safe, effective, and long-term liver health. It's about giving your exotic companions the real biological tools they need to live long, vibrant lives right alongside you.
And that really brings us to the core philosophy of why we actually do this. As caretakers, it is our absolute fundamental duty to protect and heal what many lovingly refer to as our bijuban, our beautiful, voiceless animals. We have to remember they cannot tell us when they're hurting. They can't ask for help when their livers are quietly failing from the stress of the modern environments we place them in. They depend entirely, 100%, on our knowledge, our keen observation, and our proactive care to help them survive. So the final question I have for you today is this. Will you take action right now to protect their future? By deeply understanding these silent threats of liver toxicity and utilizing scientifically backed solutions like LIVORIX-EX, you can quite literally save their lives. If you found this breakdown valuable and you want to continue learning how to expertly care for your voiceless companions, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Join our mission for animal health, and I will see you in the next explainer.